Welcome back, YouTube. We are here. We are back. This time doing the top 10 rap albums of the 2000s. Number 10, trap music. T.I. was both hood and intellectual on his second album, Trap Music. His southern style and lyrical genius is what made this album very appealing. And this album helped shape T.I. to become a more respected artist in the rap genre. Number 9, B. This is one of the most thought out rap albums of all time. And that's because Common is such a great talent. He does so much more than spew out random BS in his songs. Every song is meaningful and very relevant. This album is very underrated, and it definitely deserves a spot on this list. Number 8, The Carter 3. I think many will agree, Lil Wayne has overstayed his welcome a little bit in the hip hop world. But this album cannot be ignored. At the time, it was so popular, it was everywhere. His sound was very influential and helped shape the way how rap has sounded from the late 2000s to the now 2010s. And this album is exactly why. Number 7, Stillmatic. This album was very important because it showed that Nas still had it. After dominating the 90s with Illmatic and It Was Written, he released Nostradamus, which was a flop. So he needed this album to prove that he was still half man, half amazing. The second song in this album was Ether, in which he violated Jay-Z.
You seem to be only concerned with dissing women. Were you abused as a child, scared to smile, they called you ugly? Well, life is harsh, hug me, don't reject me, or make records to disrespect me, blatant or indirectly.
This album also includes Every Ghetto, No Ideas Original, and One Mic, which is lyrically one of Nas's best songs. Number 6, Speaker Box, The Love Below. Many people might believe that Stankonia should be on here, but in my opinion, this album has better songs. Of course, you know about Outkast, so I shouldn't have to go into much depth about them. Just know that Andre 3000 is the GOAT. Number 5, The Documentary. I swear to you, you will never find a more underrated album than this one right here. You could say the same thing about The Game being an underrated rapper. Many have forgotten how great this album is. The Game has always had a nice flow, but this was him in the prime of his rapping career. Number 4, The Blueprint. This album showed why Jay-Z was ready to take over, pun intended, the 2000s. There were many albums to choose from because Jay-Z ruled this decade. Most notably the Black Album, but in my opinion, this was the album that helped solidify Jay-Z as one of the top rappers, not only at the time, but of all time. Number 3, the Marshall Mathers LP. Eminem had already released Slim Shady LP the year previous, but this album took all the good elements from that and multiplied it by 10. This album was a real gem in the hip-hop genre. And of course, you know, Eminem does what he always does, offends people and makes classic and catchy tunes.
Sorry, Puff, but I don't give a fuck. If this chick was my own mother, I'd still fuck her with no rubber and come inside her and have a son and a new brother at the same time and just say that it ain't mine. What's my name?
Number 2, Get Rich or Die Trying. 50 Cent's debut album was a straight up classic. Switching from party songs like In the Club,
Find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Look, mommy, I got the X, so get into taking drugs. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, get into getting rough.
to more serious songs like Many Men.
In the Bible it says, what goes around comes around. Hamo shot me, 3 weeks later he got shot down. Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason, cause he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing.
The album is very fast-paced and it never slows down. It was 50 at his best, and that's why it's number 2. Number 1, College Dropout.
Yeah. We at war. We at war with terrorism, racism, but most of all, we at war with ourselves.
Kanye West was a star from the start. He dropped this album and automatically turned heads. People were gradually impressed with his relatable lyrics and catchy songs. Now Kanye released 2 other albums which easily could have been put on this list, but this album was better than both. This album was filled with many songs that got radio play and a bunch of hilarious skits to keep you entertained for years to come.
What the fuck was that? Kanye?
Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, like the video, and of course, subscribe.